How's it going, guys? Recently I just made a video about the worst finals of all time, so I thought, well, why not make one about the best of all time? So here it is. Number 10, the 1994 finals between the Rockets and the Knicks. To start this list, we got two all-time great centers in Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing going head-to-head for the first and only series in their careers. While Hakeem lived up to the moment, Ewing had one of the worst series the NBA has ever seen from a superstar. But despite Ewing's poor performances and neither team reaching the 100-point mark in any game, there were still some fantastic moments. The Knicks were up 3-2 at one point, and John Starks had a chance to win the game at the buzzer with a three-pointer, but it was blocked by Hakeem. And knowing how hot Starks was during the game, that shot probably would have went in if it wasn't blocked. So that's unfortunate for the Knicks. Then the Rockets won Game 7 to claim their first ever championship. Number 9, the Lakers and Sixers in the 1980 finals. This is the first of many finals where we're going to see the Lakers. The Lakers were led by Kareem, Jamal Wilkes, and rookie Magic Johnson. The Sixers had Dr. J in his prime, Darryl Dawkins, Mo Cheeks, and they were just a well-rounded team from top to bottom. Kareem was just killing them in this series, and he won Finals MVP with averages of 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks per game. But the most memorable moment came in Game 6, where a 20-year-old Magic filled in for Kareem at center, who had an ankle injury. He finished the game with 45 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists in arguably the greatest elimination game ever. This was a game that all NBA fans have heard about, even if they never watched it. Number 8, the 2010 finals between the Lakers and the Celtics. Going into the series, the Lakers were hungry for revenge. After losing to the Celtics in 2008, they not only wanted to win the title for themselves, but also for the honor of the Lakers-Celtics rivalry. And this time, Kobe Bryant would not be denied. While he didn't shoot a great percentage in the series, he still averaged 29 points and 8 rebounds per game. Pau Gasol played great as well. He had a lot more experience now and wasn't rattled so easily by Kevin Garnett like he was during the 2008 matchup. The Celtics' big three was getting older and they were missing Kendrick Perkins for Game 7. But nonetheless, the Lakers came back from being down 3-2 to win back-to-back titles. Number 7, the Knicks vs. the Lakers in 1970. Although the series had a couple of blowouts, it included some of the most memorable moments in NBA history. One of them was a crazy Jerry West buzzer beater in Game 3, and the other featured Willis Reed walking onto the court to play in Game 7, despite suffering a devastating thigh injury in Game 5. This became one of the most iconic moments ever, and Game 7 of this series was ranked by ESPN as the greatest Game 7 in NBA history. In this game, Reed managed to only score 4 points, but he played great defense on Wilt Chamberlain and helped the Knicks develop a 20-point lead. His teammate Walt Frazier took care of the rest, as he recorded 36 points and 19 assists, and the Knicks won Game 7 by 14 points. Number 6, the Celtics and Lakers in 1984. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Kevin McHale, James Worthy, Robert Parrish. Just like most of the Lakers-Celtics matchups in the 80s, this one was also filled with a ton of star power. But surprisingly enough, the best moment of this series actually came from Gerald Henderson Sr., the father of the Gerald Henderson in our league today. In Game 2, Henderson stole a pass from James Worthy and made a layup to tie the game and send it to overtime. Then the Celtics won the game in overtime and tied the series at 1 game apiece. If it wasn't for Henderson, the Lakers would have been up 2-0 heading to Los Angeles, and the series would be pretty much over at that point. But that was not the case, and the Celtics won the title with Larry Bird winning Finals MVP. Number 5, the Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs in 2013. Unlike a lot of other matchups on this list, this one features two teams that were completely different. The Heat had the superstars and top-tier talent, but the Spurs had a very team-oriented playstyle, with tons of passing and getting everybody involved. They still had their guys though. Even if they were a bit older, they still had something left in the tank. The Spurs were up 3-2 with a chance to win the title in the last few seconds of Game 6. But a few missed free throws here and there and a ridiculous Ray Allen three-pointer saved the Heat from elimination. Then in Game 7, LeBron James had a historic performance. He got 37 points and 12 rebounds and made some clutch plays near the end of the game to seal the victory. Number 4, the 1969 finals between the Celtics and Lakers. I know you guys are sick of all these Celtics and Lakers finals, but they've been there so many times and had a lot of great series. This one was probably the best one though. This is the season where the Lakers got Wilt Chamberlain, so most people thought they were the favorites. However, it was Jerry West who nearly carried the Lakers to victory, but ended up falling short. I mean, look at these numbers, they're insane. In Game 7, it was actually Celtics bench player Don Nelson who took over in the third quarter and scored 12 points. Even though the Celtics won, Jerry West was awarded the Finals MVP. This was the last time the Finals MVP went to a player on the losing team. Number 3, the Lakers and Pistons in 1988. Even though the Pistons lost the series, Isaiah Thomas had an incredibly heroic performance. In Game 6, Thomas had a chance to close out the Lakers and grab his first championship. At one point in the game, he scored 14 straight points and also scored 25 points in the third quarter. Even after rolling his ankle severely, Thomas just kept pushing and finished the game with 43 points, 8 assists, and 6 steals. This series also featured one of my favorite scorers of all time, Adrian Dantley. He led the Pistons in scoring with 21 points per game on an insane 57% from the field. But unfortunately, the Pistons could not pull it through and lost Game 6 and Game 7 by a total of just 4 points. Number 2, the Cavs and Warriors in 2016. Alright, so I know you guys might say there's some recency bias here, but if you look at it, all of the narratives surrounding this series, the 3-1 lead, the Warriors breaking the regular season record, Cleveland not winning any major sports championship for over 50 years, this whole series was just one big incredible story. After being down 3-1, LeBron recorded back-to-back 41-point games to tie the series at 3 games apiece. Of course, there was the Draymond Green suspension and Andrew Bogut injury too. And then Game 7 was probably the best Game 7 in the last decade. Both teams were struggling to score at the end of the game, but a Kyrie three-pointer and LeBron's chase-down block brought Cleveland their first ever NBA title. And at number 1, the Chicago Bulls and Utah Jazz in the 1998 Finals. Even though the series didn't go to 7 games, I still feel like that this is the greatest NBA Finals ever. Even people who don't know anything about basketball would recognize the moment where Michael Jordan hit his final shot in a Bulls jersey. Sports Illustrated ranked Jordan's shot as the 12th greatest moment in sports history. Additionally, 5 of the 6 games were decided by 5 points or less, with none of the teams cracking 100 points. And funny enough, the only game that wasn't close was Game 3, where the Bulls won by 42 points. So this series pretty much had everything, and even today it still holds this spot as the greatest NBA Finals of all time. And that's all, folks. Thanks for watching.